easy to find. They can start out as just a few dollars. That's why Discover Card monitors every purchase every day to help keep your account protected from suspicious activity. Plus, you're never responsible for any unauthorized purchases on your Discover Card. And if you need to replace your card for any reason, we'll overnight you a new one at your request, free of charge. These are just some of the many ways we treat you like you'd treat you. Learn more at discover.com. Overnight shipping applies to U.S. destinations, excluding P.O. boxes.
Go to your Ford dealer for tires and be confident you'll get a great deal from experts who installed over 3 million tires last year. Confident enough to rock the mic at karaoke night.
Baby, you're all that I ever need.
Now get up to $140 in mail-in rebates on select tires when you use the Ford Service credit card at the Big Tire event. Ford Service. Go with confidence.
Subject to credit approval. Rebate by prepaid debit card. Other tire manufacturer rebate or offer cannot be combined with Ford Service credit card rebate or offer. See your participating Ford dealer for details through 12/31/14.
Excellent Italian food is found at Spaghetti Eddie's, a neighborhood restaurant with a great family atmosphere and delicious Italian cuisine. Define Spaghetti Eddie's. New York-style pizza, pasta, subs, calzones, soups, salads will bring you back again and again. Log on to SpaghettiEddiesPizzaCafe.com and visit them at Greenbrier and Western Branch. Quality Italian food is at Spaghetti Eddie's.
Hello, this is Big Bear inviting you to visit myself and Grandma Bear at Little Bear's Consignment Boutique, where you'll find the best new and gently used children's brand name clothing and equipment. Clothing from newborn to teens. Dresses, suits, shoes, strollers, bassinets, toys, and anything else you need. Little Bear's is your stop. We even carry maternity clothes. Check us out on Facebook or stop in 200 North Battlefield Boulevard in the Harbor Watch Shops of Chesapeake near the locks. Little Bear's Consignment Boutique, where you're always greeted with a smile.
Chesapeake, Virginia, 1650 AM WHKT presents Sports Scene. Sports Scene features local, regional, and nationally acclaimed guests and excellent interviews. Follow Sports Scene on Twitter at Greg Bick and at GJBTV.com. Now here is Greg Bickaveris.
And thank you very much, Ken Johnson, like always, on a very beautiful Wednesday, very sunny day, December 10th, 2014. This is Sports Scene Interview Show every Wednesday from 12 to 1. For more, log on to gjbtv.com for my TV program, Sports Highlights. It's on cable TV and Newport News since 1992. You can watch it on TV weekends at 9 a.m. and on Mondays at 7 a.m., 2 p.m., and 7 p.m. on Cox Cable 47 517 and also nnpstv.com outside of the area where you can find archive shows. This is your home for CBS News on News Talk 1650. Tell your friends about 1650. And Ken, congratulations to you a couple weeks ago being interviewed by the local TV station about traffic.
Oh, yeah. It's always fun to hang with Andy Fox.
Very good. Twitter at Greg Bick, at Sports Highlight, at GJBTV, and of course, HROnlineMall.com. Thank you to our military, our great guest lineup as well. Phone line presented by Soprano Italian Restaurant in Newport News at 12588 Warwick Boulevard. Go by and see Moody. Phone number is 930-2350. Pizza, pasta, subs at Soprano Italian Restaurant. Don't forget to visit the marketplace sponsors on HamptonRoadsOnlineMall.com. Browse, shop, and visit. It's the holidays, folks. HamptonRoadsOnlineMall.com. Something for everyone. And, of course, the sponsors this month for me are Ipanmano, India Palace, Little Bears, Spaghetti Eddie's, Crazy Good Donuts and Ice Cream, and Inarray, GJBTV.com as well for marketplace sponsors, too. Testimonials we heard from Soprano. A lot of good stuff coming up on Sports Scene. Lock it in every week. Tell your friends. Find them on Facebook, on WHKT. Find me. Add me on Facebook at Greg Bickaveris. Tell your friends. It's a good time of the year. Hope everybody's having a good Wednesday. Stay tuned. The place people look for their holiday light needs are Inarray Holiday Lights. Let the professionals at Inarray decorate the exterior of your home and business without you lifting a hand. Get $100 off a $1,000 purchase. Call 355-5276 and log on to Inarray.com. Light up your home or business this holiday season with Inarray. Call 355-5276 today. The place for authentic Indian food is the India Palace. They feature authentic Indian cuisine, have a party hall, and do catering and banquets. Open daily for lunch and dinner, they showcase an excellent lunch buffet at their Chesapeake and Virginia Beach locations. Visit their 2 locations at 1437 Sam's Drive in Chesapeake off of Battlefield Boulevard and 5600 Virginia Beach Boulevard in Virginia Beach, and online at IndiaPalaceVB.com. On Facebook, look for India Palace Virginia Beach and India Palace Bar and Grill. Dine at the India Palace today.
Hello, this is Big Bear inviting you to visit myself and Grandma Bear at Little Bear's Consignment Boutique, where you'll find the best new and gently used children's brand name clothing and equipment. Clothing from newborn to teens, dresses, suits, shoes, strollers, bassinets, toys, and anything else you need. Little Bear's is your stop. We even carry maternity clothes. Check us out on Facebook or stop in 200 North Battlefield Boulevard in the Harbor Watch Shops of Chesapeake near the locks. Little Bear's Consignment Boutique, where you're always greeted with a smile.
Discover what the locals already know. The place for the finest donuts and ice cream in Virginia Beach is Crazy Good Donuts and Ice Cream. Strawberry, chocolate, and lemon are just some of the icings you can choose from for your donut. Milkshakes, cones, sundaes, you get the picture. Yum! Buy 12 dozen donuts, get the 13th dozen free as part of the Baker's Dozen Club. Get a breakfast sandwich, the best donuts, the finest ice cream in half the roads, and leave with a smile on your face. Coffee and tea is best with a tasty bacon maple donut. Now through January 4th, buy a $25 gift card and receive a half dozen donuts coupon for free. Valid January 5th through March 31st. Crazy Good Donuts and Ice Cream is open starting at 6 a.m. all day at 2201 Upton Drive in Virginia Beach and Red Mill Walk. Like Crazy Good Donuts and Ice Cream on Facebook, and for more, log on to crazygooddonuts.com.
The restaurant we've all been waiting for is here. Introducing Ipan Mano Kitchen. Critically acclaimed chef Silva Sennett and his culinary team specialize in new American Asian cuisine. The very best in Chinese, Japanese, Thai food with an American flair. Open daily for lunch and dinner, Ipan Mano Kitchen is located inside the Patrick Henry Mall in Newport News. Call 249-0033 and log on to ipanmanokitchen.com. Find them on Twitter at ipanmano.
Now back to Greg Bicaveras and Sports Scene in the Hampton Roads Online Mall.com studio.
And thank you very much, Ken Johnson. Glad you're with us on this very pretty Wednesday, getting ready for the holidays, of course. Only 15 days away from Christmas. Get that shopping done, but it's also middle of basketball season, football season, a lot going on, hockey as well. This gentleman I had a chance to interview when he first got down to Norfolk last year on The Game on the radio. Also had him on TV. We did a show with him on Sports Highlights in his office right there. For more, go to nnpstv.com. The highly acclaimed former Virginia basketball player, former Virginia head coach at American, and current head coach in his second year at Old Dominion University. Real gentleman, Jeff Jones. Jeff, welcome, my friend.
Thanks, Greg. How are you?
Good. I was thinking about you Saturday, Coach, and here's why. I was working for ESPNU as a stage manager at the VCU Virginia game, and it's almost like past, present, and future all kind of hit me at once. And everybody I talked to at VCU says they still have been stung by the Old Dominion loss. They were outplayed by a better team that day, and it still has had a hangover effect. Even you saw it against Virginia as well. Congratulations.
Well, thanks. That was a nice win for our team, and really, I think showed me a little bit about the kind of team that we can be. We played certainly probably the best basketball that we played all season against VCU, and needed to, because obviously they're a very strong team.
I'm not going to talk about Virginia much because it's obviously the head coach at Old Dominion, but your thoughts about them? They're off to a very good start. You have to be proud of them as well.
Well, they are, and I have a special interest with my son Jeff being a member of the team, and then Bryant Stith, one of our assistant coaches here, one of my former players at Virginia. His youngest son BJ is a freshman, our first year at UVA. So obviously we follow them as closely as we can.
Coach, of course, basketball is a year-round sport. Your season started back in November with a nice win over Wilmington, 6-1. It's hard to believe only 7 games have gone by, but you've had a nice little break here before you have to play North Carolina A&T.
Well, yeah, it's a break in terms of the games, but the players would probably tell you it's been about as busy as any time during the year, simply because we've entered exams. Exams started Saturday. We have given the guys several days off just because the exam schedule is just kind of so overwhelming. But still trying to practice and keep everything sharp. Getting ready to head out onto the floor here at 1 o'clock. It's a big stretch for us, so we've got to be ready to enter this homestand when the exams end. We've got 5 games between Sunday and the start of conference play, so it's going to be a really important stretch for us.
But the good thing is they're all at home as well. And you talk about the teams you've already beaten: Richmond, LSU, VCU, George Mason. Those are quality wins, and the good thing about the key word there is that confidence psychologically going into the December stretch.
Yeah, and you want to be on a positive mind frame, but at the same time, you've got to make sure that you focus on the task at hand. Sometimes when you're playing against a team like a VCU that's a big rival that's ranked, it's easy to get excited for those guys. But now when we enter this period, the students aren't going to be here and things are a little bit different. We've got to make sure that we're really locked in mentally and ready to play. Otherwise, that's when you see upsets and things of that nature. And then we've got Georgia State, not to look ahead, but we've got Georgia State and William and Mary that are two very good basketball teams coming in as well. So we'll have our hands full and hopefully we'll be in the right frame of mind to go out and play our best basketball.
We're talking to Jeff Jones, head basketball coach at Old Dominion. Greg Bicaveras, glad you're with us. For more, go to gjbtv.com. Of course, listen live right here on 1650. Also, anywhere nationally, tunein.com, type in WHKT. You mentioned 5 in a row, but then again, Happy New Year, Coach. 3 games on the road to start the season as well on the conference part of the season.
Yeah, that wasn't exactly what I was looking for when the conference schedule came out, but it is what it is, and we've just got to make sure that we get ready to go on the road and give it our best shot. It's never easy to win on the road, but you got to go out there and you got to find a way to win, and that's kind of exactly what we did in our only true road non-conference game against George Mason, which was our last game that we played. We didn't play our best basketball, but we hung in there and we turned it on when it really counted, and we're able to get a road win, a good road win at a very difficult venue. It had been since, I think, 2007 since Old Dominion had won in Fairfax. So that was a good one to get, but that same mindset is exactly what we're going to have to put into place when we hit the road to begin conference play.
And that's a great point, too, because this is year 2 of your team, of course, but when you were at Virginia, you were an assistant, you were familiar with all the players, you recruited a lot of them in American, you started from scratch and, of course, took them to the postseason. Do you think by year 3, Coach, I mean, this is your team since day 1 last year, but when you get your own players, you have your own staff, a head coach seems a lot more happier when it's his players, his staff, and, of course, you did part ways with Dimitri Batten from this area, but sometimes, letting go is the best thing for both parties.
Well, that's in that specific situation, I think that's the case. But last year, and a lot of very well-meaning people. Said, hey, good luck. When you get your own players, things will turn around. And as I told the team very early on, those guys that were in that locker room last year, they were my guys.
Sure.
I might not have recruited very many of them, but they were my guys, and for better or worse, I was their coach, and we needed to not look to the future. We wanted for our attention and in our efforts to be firmly focused on being good and working together and making the best of the situation that we had right then. So I don't really look to year 2 or year 3 or anything like that. Mm-hmm. I signed on to coach that group of guys, and I was really proud of how hard they worked all season long.
You're exactly right. Way before the season even started, it was your team, obviously. Exactly. And, of course, you talk about you can control somewhat the 40 minutes of game, but it's always the before and after with the academics, the athletics, the activities. And, of course, a couple of your players are going to graduate.
Yeah, and there's so much that goes into a team or goes into a season, and in many ways that's the difference between coaching at the collegiate level and the professional level, where professionally the coach is primarily concerned solely with just what goes on the court, and it's all about basketball. Here collegiately, there's a lot of different things. We're tasked certainly with trying to win basketball games, but we primarily we want to help these young men develop and grow. We want to see them get a college education, and I say college education because graduation is a part of that, but graduation is not the only part of the college education. And so we have to, as college coaches, take a much broader perspective, I think, with our players and helping these young men grow and be able to go out into the real world, because at some point, that ball is going to quit bouncing, and they've got to be ready to head out into the real world and stand on their own 2 feet and be able to compete.
Right. We mentioned the gap between games, although you're busy with their practice and the players and everything. But does it at least give you a chance to reflect and process a little bit, Coach, before you play your next game against North Carolina A&T? At least process a little bit what you've got. You're off to a great start.
Absolutely. It actually starts for the coaches prior to entering in exams, and you've got basically a blueprint of how you want to prepare. Not for North Carolina A&T, which is our next game. We'll start preparing for those guys, on Friday. But what do we need to add or change or improve for the big picture, for the remainder of the season, regardless of opponent? What are the things that we can tweak to make us a better basketball team? And as I've told our players, every really good team that I've ever been a part of as a player, an assistant coach, or a head coach, made progress during this break time. And I think that's really, really important. When you're not playing games, that doesn't mean that you can let up. That means that you're focusing on yourself and how you can improve. So, this is a really vital time of a season. Obviously, the guys, need to do and are putting a lot of their time and effort into their exams. And we can't detract from that. But the hour and a half or in some cases 2 hours that we get their attention during exams, we need 100% of it.
We hear a lot about Ross, of course, and Trey Freeman and Aaron Bako, but there's a lot of players behind the scenes that are playing an important part. You don't have to always score. It's always move without the ball. Just don't sit there. And your teams, this kind of reminds me of your team with Lamp and Riker and Othell Wilson and Gates, kind of grinding it out every game for 40 minutes and really just never giving the opponent any opportunity. At least if you take care of the ball on both ends, good things usually happen at the end.
Well, they really do, and grinding it out is what you've got to do many times when things aren't necessarily going your way. You've got to figure out a way to try to win a basketball game, and for us, I think our strength is in our numbers. We've got some pretty good players, but I think more than anything, we've got a bunch of good players, and they can make contributions in different ways. But they certainly, have proven that they can be out there and help our team win. Whether it's Joey Bondo coming in for a few key minutes, just because of foul trouble or fatigue, and really doing a great job defensively. Whether it's Jordan Baker being real solid defensively and knocking down a big three-pointer against Richmond. To give us a little bit of breathing room, or Ambrose Mosley coming off the bench and doing what he does, which is knocking down 3-point shots. So we've got a lot of guys that can really contribute in different ways, and it's my job to try to figure out how we can utilize all of them to maximize our potential as a team.
Yeah, because things you can't control, injuries, the energy level somewhat, of course, and playing on the road is totally different than playing at home, traveling, like we mentioned a lot of the before and after stuff, but when you talk about this team right here, the future is unlimited, but then of course you have to focus on one game at a time. And then when you look at the strengths and weaknesses so far, a coach is never totally completely happy, Jeff. It's always something when you leave the stadium or the arena that, you want to work on the next day. Is that still always the case?
Yeah, absolutely. And if you were able to talk to our players, I think sometimes they kind of probably roll their eyes after a game, when you got to win, and here I am, or here the other coaches are, talking about we need to do this or that better. But until we kind of maximize our potential, and that doesn't happen very often, we're going to keep pushing hard in trying to stress to our players the need for improvement, the need for that focus. That's how good teams separate themselves from bad teams, and great teams separate themselves from good teams. I think we're a good team, but we're a team that certainly can get a lot better and need to get a lot better to accomplish some of the things that we hope to accomplish.
And the last couple of things, we're wrapping it up here with Jeff Jones, head basketball coach at Old Dominion. I want to thank him for his time, his talent, and his treasure today right here on Sports Scene. Coach, that it's almost like you, as a head coach, no matter what sport, not only do you have the experience from your past to draw on to help these young kids and your assistant coaches, but you almost have to be like Dr. Phil too, because you never know what's going through a kid's mind personally that could affect him during game time. Could be a family issue or exams, and that's never nothing to be taken for granted.
Well, that's true, and I think like in any relationship, you've got to work at the communication, and the communication can take a lot of different forms. But these are young men that are going through a crucial time in their life. They're full-time college students. They've got their social life and everything else going on. Plus, they've got this highly visible, highly stressful thing called Division I college basketball. So we've got to make sure that we're there with them every step of the way, and paying attention to kind of their demeanor and their body language, because there may be something. Things pop up. It's just life, and we've got to help them navigate through as best we can, so that they're doing well in their schoolwork and certainly doing well on the basketball court.
Well, Coach, there's a lot of basketball yet to be played before you get to Birmingham in March, but all the best, and of course several home games left. The next home game we mentioned December the 14th, the next road game January 4th. All the best to you and your staff and your great team there at Old Dominion. Keep up the good work.
Thanks, Greg. It's great talking to you.
Always a pleasure, Coach. Thank you.
All
right, Jeff Jones right there, former Virginia basketball player, Virginia head coach, and American University head coach. Ken, a lot of experience there wrapped into one. And that was really a good point that we brought up, too, that a head coach is almost like a father figure to these kids, because it's not just the game day, it's the before and after, too.
Our coach at Bayside High School was a former Marine, drill sergeant, and you could tell it. But he had a heart, too, and I agree with you. He was kind of like a father figure. We liked to hang out at his house. We always hang about at his house, doing homework there, just drop it in. His wife, fortunately, was very gracious and would often feed us, and tolerated our presence very much. But to this day, when I think of Coach Parker, it's a warm, fuzzy feeling.
Sure.
I mean, he worked us to death. That man could make you sweat like you've never sweated before, and you come off the field and you would hurt and ache for training. But you were all the better for it. And I can't think of a single bad thing to say about that man. He was just a fascinating man. So, yeah, a good coach is like a good father, and is the heart of the team in many cases.
And a lot of times these kids, they might realize it later when they graduate, as they get older and more mature, because a lot of them are not quite mature yet, no matter what college or high school kid you're talking about. But these coaches got years and years of experience of good, bad, and ugly, that they want to help these kids and have the best interest in their mind.
Yeah, and ours was pretty good because we were second best in the district that year. So he did good.
Well, Old Dominion is the marquee school of Hampton Roads, Southampton Roads, of course, and one of the best in Virginia. They've already beaten VCU, George Mason. They've beaten Richmond. They're off to a very good start. They've got a stretch of 5 home games in a row. Then, of course, they go on the road. But Jeff Jones, we've had him on Sports Highlights. You can find that on nnpstv.com. Also, we've interviewed him before when I was at the game. Really a gentleman. He really is a basketball junkie, and he really loves his job the most. Ken, take it away with CBS News, traffic, weather. We look forward to highlights, and boy, what teased me off a little bit later, speaking of Dr. Phil, and, of course, some great business spotlights.
I wish I could find somewhere around the house. I have. Do you remember the first iteration of the EODU football when they first talked about maybe doing it? I have the football from that. that has on the logo on the side, "Let's go to you football," and that kind of thing. I still have the press release. I have all the little goodies from that first. I've got to find all that because I'm sure that's probably worth something to somebody. Maybe even Jeff Jones would probably get a kick out of some of that stuff.
He's winning. Can't hurt.
If he doesn't have all of it already anyway. So thank you, Jeff Jones. Always a pleasure to have you on and good talking to you. Last time we were able to check, they had an incident at the Midtown Tunnel. Now, they were calling it a disabled vehicle, but for the duration of time they had the traffic shut down in both directions of the Midtown Tunnel. I suspect it was either actually a crash or one of those disabled vehicles, one of those tall vehicles with the big wheels on there, or one of those chopped vehicles. Both of those are hard to get up on a tow truck and get them out of the way, especially when they're in a tunnel environment. So I suspect that maybe either one of those is the case. At any rate, expect some delays around the Midtown Tunnel in both directions coming out of Portsmouth or Norfolk for at least a little while here. Downtown Tunnel eastbound, single lane closures tonight, tomorrow night from 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. The full eastbound tunnel closure coming up again this weekend. We'll see mostly sunny skies, but a few clouds rolling in this afternoon, a high of 50. Mostly clear tonight, 32. Sunny skies tomorrow with a high of 49. Mostly sunny Friday, 51. Partly cloudy Saturday, 47. And mostly sunny skies for Sunday with a high of 48 degrees. CBS News is next. It's 12:31. Stay tuned for more Sports Scene.
CBS News Update. I'm Harley Carnes. The perception of race relations has gone down in recent months since the big headline police shooting cases in Ferguson and Cleveland and the choking death in New York City.
45% of Americans now say that race relations in the U.S. are good. 43% say they're bad. It's the lowest we've seen in CBS News polls since 1997.
Numbers are only a couple of points worse than a similar poll in August, but 10 points worse than in April. CBS News Survey Director Sarah Dutton.
Overall, 29% say that race was a major factor in the death of Eric Garner. 23% of whites say the same thing, but that rises to 66% of blacks.
CBS's Barry Bagnato.
Medical students are joining the movement spawned by the no indictment decisions in Ferguson and New York City. Here at George Washington University and more than 50 other schools across the country today, future doctors are staging white coat die-ins.
CBS News Update. I'm Harley Carnes.
The place people look to for their holiday light needs is Inter-Ray Outdoor Lights. Let the professionals at Inter-Ray decorate the exterior of your home and business without you lifting a hand. Get $100 off a $1,000 purchase. Call 355-5276 and log on to interray.com. Light up your home or business this holiday season with Inter-Ray. Call 355-5276 today.
Excellent Italian food is found at Spaghetti Eddie's, a neighborhood restaurant with a great family atmosphere and delicious Italian cuisine. Define Spaghetti Eddie's. New York-style pizza, pasta, subs, calzones, soups, salads will bring you back again and again. Log on to SpaghettiEddiesPizzaCafe.com and visit them at Greenbrier and Western Branch. Quality Italian food is at Spaghetti Eddie's.
Now back to Greg Bicaveras and Sports Scene in the Hampton Roads Online Mall.com studio. It's now time for Greg's Highlights presented by Hampton Roads Online Mall.com Marketplace Pages.
Thank you very much, Ken Johnson, GJBTV.com. Archive shows, click the YouTube link. Ken, no matter how much we walk or run, it's nothing like sitting down, my friend.
Well, you know, that's the only bad thing about broadcasting, especially in radio. At least the TV folks, like the weather guy, gets to walk over to the green screen once in a while, and sometimes the TV folks can get up and walk around. When you're radio, you're kind of stuck in one spot, so when you have to climb steps or do something, you're like, yeah. Kind of like that wolf in the Warner Brothers cartoon.
Exactly. Thank you so much, KJ. Shop on Marketplace, sponsors of both GJBTV.com, Hampton Roads Online Mall.com. They support this radio show. Save the date for Sports Scene every Wednesday, live on the radio, 12 to 1 p.m., 1650 a.m., on the computer, on the phone, tunein.com, type in WHKT. Business Spotlight scenes coming up. Speaking of Old Dominion, a little relevant toward that for our next segment. What Teased Me Off, sports highlights on nnpstv.com, gjbtv.com for my background. Great guest as always. And of course, NFL season's heating up, going into, hard to believe, 3 games left in the regular season. College football top 4, of course, Alabama, Oregon, Florida State, Ohio State. Good luck to all of them. We'll finally find out who will be the national champion after the first of the year. And I tweeted something on Greg Bick today, GregBic, to follow me on Twitter. Again, Greg Bick, also Sports Highlight, GJB TV, and HROnlineMall.com. I said the first thing I would do is, if I was part of the Chicago Bears right now, is to get Dick Butkus to motivate that team for 16 games. The Bears seem discontent right now. A lot of people, talk about Jay Cutler, their quarterback. Well, let me say one thing about Cutler. Cutler, unfortunately, has had some health issues. People don't understand when you are a diabetic, it can affect your mood, your energy level, and everything else. He is a real gentleman, a nice guy, but people always look at his frown on his face. Let me tell you, when your sugar is an issue, as you know, Ken, and you're trying to play a professional football game, you're not going to always be smiling all the time.
Yeah, if you've got anything going on. Perpetual back pain for me since 1985. There are days when it just hurts so bad, but you still have to go through life. So, yeah, if someone's got a medical issue, it's not always something that they were holding against you. Understand there's an underlying reason for why they may not be the most cheerful, chatty Cathy on the planet.
Right. He's trying to play professional football, and people criticize him because he doesn't smile enough. Well, I mean, number one, he's not in a beauty contest. He's trying to play football. He's one of 53 guys on the roster. There's nothing wrong with Jay Cutler. Leave the guy alone. Sure, he might have issues. Who doesn't? But he doesn't have to smile while he's playing football. That's not a prerequisite at all. Ken, let's stay tuned for our next guest. Again, on the radio, 1650 AM, tunein.com, type in WHKT. This is Sports Scene. Stay tuned.
Hello, this is Big Bear inviting you to visit myself and Grandma Bear at Little Bear's Consignment Boutique, where you'll find the best new and gently used children's brand name clothing and equipment. Clothing from newborn to teens. Dresses, suits, shoes, strollers, bassinets, toys, and anything else you need. Little Bear's is your stop. We even carry maternity clothes. Check us out on Facebook or stop in 200 North Battlefield Boulevard in the Harbor Watch Shops of Chesapeake near the locks. Little Bear's Consignment Boutique, where you're always greeted with a smile.
Discover what the locals already know. The place for the finest donuts and ice cream in Virginia Beach is Crazy Good Donuts and Ice Cream. Strawberry, chocolate, and lemon are just some of the icings you can choose from for your donut. Milkshakes, cones, sundaes, you get the picture. Yum! Buy 12 dozen donuts, get the 13th dozen free as part of the Baker's Dozen Club. Get a breakfast sandwich, the best donuts, the finest ice cream in half the roads, and leave with a smile on your face. Coffee and tea is best with a tasty bacon maple donut. Now through January 4th, buy a $25 gift card and receive a half dozen donuts coupon for free. Valid January 5th through March 31st. Crazy Good Donuts and Ice Cream is open starting at 6 a.m. all day at 2201 Upton Drive in Virginia Beach and Red Mill Walk. Like Crazy Good Donuts and Ice Cream on Facebook, and for more, log on to crazygooddonuts.com. Now back to Greg Bicaveras and Sports Scene in the Hampton Roads Online Mall.com studio.
Turn down for what? Turn down for what?
All right, back live on the radio right here on News Talk 1650 WHKT. Greg Bicaveras, glad you're with us. This is Sports Scene up until 1 o'clock right here. Your home for CBS News and the Norfolk Admirals. And, of course, hope you enjoyed the interview with Jeff Jones exclusively right here on Sports Scene right here with his time, talent, and treasure, the head men's basketball coach at Old Dominion, former great Virginia star as well. Well, speaking of Old Dominion, if anybody went to an Old Dominion football game this year, they saw Keep It Poppin' Kettle Corn. And I know Ken Johnson's already tried some today.
Oh, good stuff.
Oh, yes. Ken, the producer there. Let's welcome Chuck Beeson, the owner-operator. Chuck, how are you, my friend?
Greg, I'm doing great. I'm keeping it popping for all of the 757, too. Kettle corn all the time.
It's good stuff. And you're a Virginia Beach gentleman through and through. And, of course, that has to make you proud that you grew up in the South Side, grew up in Virginia Beach, and you're able to share the love of popcorn. How did it get started for you?
Long and short, Greg, I had the opportunity to go on a wonderful trip around this country, and numerous places around the country I saw amazing people doing great kettle corn, and Virginia Beach Farmers Market didn't have it. So that's how it got started, is I brought something that the Virginia Beach Farmers Market hadn't had before, brought it out there, did it out there for about 5 years solid. Shout out to all my kettle corn lovers out there at the Virginia Beach Farmers Market. And then I had the opportunity to fill an event schedule, and I had wonderful opportunities like Old Dominion University come onto my plate, and I've had to say goodbye to the farmers market, and now I'm an event guy that just does kettle corn every weekend.
But of course, you got several games at Old Dominion next fall as well. And how was that experience for the football fans? That has to bring a lot of joy to kids and adults, especially on a cloudy day. Whether it's no matter what's going on, popcorn can make anybody smile.
That is a wonderful, wonderful aspect of the product, Greg. You're just right. You hit it on the head. Anytime you hand somebody a fresh, made-to-order product, you get a smile, and there's nothing like service with a smile. So it's a great thing. I get to serve it with a smile, and I receive smiles all day long. So it is a very, very wonderful opportunity that I've had with it.
You can see Chuck's link on gjbtv.com. Go ahead and plug your website and Facebook page.
Yes, sir. KeepPoppin.com is the website. That's KEEP. Poppin.com. Go on there and we can talk, and I can come out to any of your private hire events, or if you've got a big school that you want to do a fundraiser for, or if you just want a lot of kettle corn for a big event, we are the way to go. Hampton Roads, we are here for you.
Yeah, phone number is 757, remember that, 675-0150. That's 675-0150. Chuck, you got all types of flavor for kettle corn.
We do. So kettle corn is a unique flavor in itself. It is a salty, sweet popcorn. But in addition to that flavor, people love popcorn. So I've incorporated in my Keep It Poppin' business, I've incorporated caramel popcorn, buttered popcorn, cherry popcorn, blue raspberry popcorn, Cajun popcorn, white cheddar cheese popcorn, and the list goes on and on. If you name it, we can put it on popcorn. Salt and vinegar, been there. Dill pickle popcorn, we've got it.
Well, to wrap it up here, you're also Mr. Charles Beeson with Keller Williams Realty. Go ahead and plug that as well.
Absolutely. So, obviously, in my wonderful time here in the 757, I've had the opportunity to learn all about Hampton Roads, and I am a current homeowner myself, so I made that step into the wonderful world of real estate here this year, and I'm looking to reach out and help all the buyers or sellers in Hampton Roads with whatever real estate needs they have. I'm part of a great team over here at Keller Williams, the proactive team, and we're looking for as much as we can do in the 2015 year. So bring us your phone calls, bring us your houses.
Yep, 675-0150, 675-0150 to reach Chuck Beeson, of course, with Keep It Poppin' Kettle Corn, and also with his real estate as well. Chuck, give us a final word of advice for the holidays. You've got kids, you're married, of course. I've been around a lot of people my entire life. Nobody to me is buttoned up and even keeled as I met than you. What is your advice for the temperament when people get a little testy during the holidays?
That's a great one, Greg, and I really do try to live this motto, and it's the KISS motto. Not just kissing people, but keep it simple.
Yeah,
silly.
You're all silly. Wow, interesting. Because you're always in a good mood, Chuck, and that's never easy these days. But all the best to you and your family. Of course, 675-0150. Plug the website one more time.
www.keeppoppin.com.
Very good. Have a good rest of the Wednesday, and we'll talk to you soon, Chuck.
Thanks, Greg.
Thank you. All right. You tried some this morning. It was good stuff, huh, Ken?
Oh, man. It has got to be some of the best. I think it's stuck in the off button.
It's the ghost. It's the ghost of the morning.
Yeah, this console is about Nixon era administration. Nixon administration era. I've had kettle corn that was too sweet. I've had some that wasn't sweet enough. I've had some that was really thick, like you're eating caramel corn. He has hit it right on the money. It's just the right mixture of sweet, salty. It's light. It's crunchy, but it's not break your teeth crunchy. I don't know where he got the recipe or what he does to make it happen, but Chuck, you've nailed it, man. That is the best kettle corn I've ever had, and I've had quite a bit. You can tell by looking at me.
But it's fresh every time you bite it, though.
Yeah.
It's that fresh. You don't get that fresh feeling that often.
No, at the holidays, a lot of people give those cans of corn with the caramel and the cheese and all that sort of stuff, and that's okay. It's good. But you can tell it's been around for a while.
Great snack. All right, we have a lot coming up. We still have some more business spotlights. And, of course, next week we'll talk to the voice of VCU basketball. Looking forward to that. He also went to Virginia as well. VCU's off to a good start, although they did lose to Old Dominion, Virginia, of course. And, Ken, we got What Teased Me Off a little bit later. Stay tuned to Sports Scene.
All been waiting for is here. Introducing Ipan Mano Kitchen. Critically acclaimed chef Silva Sennett and his culinary team specialize in new American Asian cuisine. The very best in Chinese, Japanese, Thai food with an American flair. Open daily for lunch and dinner, Ipan Mano Kitchen is located inside the Patrick Henry Mall in Newport News. Call 249-0033 and log on to ipanmanokitchen.com. Find them on Twitter at ipanmano.
The place people look for their holiday light needs are NRA Holiday Lights. Let the professionals at NRA decorate the exterior of your home and business without you lifting a hand. Get $100 off a $1,000 purchase. Call 355-5276 and log on to NRA.com. Light up your home or business this holiday season with NRA. Call 355-5276 today.
Hello, this is Big Bear inviting you to visit myself and Grandma Bear at Little Bear's Consignment Boutique, where you'll find the best new and gently used children's brand name clothing and equipment. Clothing from newborn to teens. Dresses, suits, shoes, strollers, bassinets, toys, and anything else you need. Little Bear's is your stop. We even carry maternity clothes. Check us out on Facebook or stop in 200 North Battlefield Boulevard in the Harbor Watch Shops of Chesapeake near the locks. Little Bear's Consignment Boutique, where you're always greeted with a smile.
The place for authentic Indian food is the India Palace. They feature authentic Indian cuisine, have a party hall, and do catering and banquets. Open daily for lunch and dinner, they feature an excellent lunch buffet at their 2 establishments. Visit the 2 locations, 1437 Sam's Drive in Chesapeake off Battlefield and 5600 Virginia Beach Boulevard. Online, IndiaPalaceVB.com. On Facebook, look for India Palace Virginia Beach and India Palace Bar and Grill. Call 410-1183 for the India Palace. Now back to Greg Bicaveras and Sports Scene in the Hampton Roads Online Mall.com studio.
I see you move, I'm checking your smile, working your back like it's going out of style. Shake just a little bit faster. Shake just a
And the motto for today is shake it off. Let it go, folks. Anything bothering you, just let it go. It's going to be a new year and, of course, a few more weeks. All right, Greg Bicaveras, glad you're with us. This is Sports Scene on the radio, 1650 AM, tunein.com. Type in WHK2 to listen on your phone or your computer. Pretty much now, Ken, with TuneIn, every show is a national show now.
Yeah, you can be, national and international.
Yeah, you don't have to relocate anymore. I actually heard the archive show in Puerto Rico back in the summer. I want to thank Jeff Jones, the head basketball coach of Old Dominion, and I heard the archive show meeting while I was in Puerto Rico. So, and it was, Ken was replaying the show. We've heard from Chuck Beeson from Keep It Poppin'. Now let's welcome Tom Rowe, another Virginia Beach guy. This is Virginia Beach Day. Of course, Tom is with I Am a Window Man. The Window Man, of course, they do all kinds of home improvement. How are you, my friend?
Very good, sir. How about yourself?
Very good. How's this? Finally got some, first of all, some sunny weather in Hampton Roads. How does that help the home improvement in the window business?
Well, hopefully it puts a smile on all the customers' faces and gets them excited about possibly having new windows or a remodeling project installed or have it done before the Christmas holidays. Or if not, a nice Christmas present for, one of the honeydew programs that the wife might want.
That's a never-ending chore, the honeydew list, too, isn't it?
Oh, without a doubt. Well, we get all kinds of calls from time to time for different tasks that the hubby is in trouble and needs something done ASAP, and we come to his rescue many times.
Well, listen, how do you get a hold of the Window Man? And tell us what the Window Man is all about.
Well, the Window Man is actually Contractor Services, LLC. We're a Class A contractor, and we're licensed to do anything that is necessary for doing home repairs or doing your remodeling projects. You can get a hold of us at IamWindowman.com. Again, IamWindowman.com. And we've got a pretty extensive portfolio on there and explanations on why and how we've done projects for different customers and, of course, the reviews on top of that.
And, of course, your phone number?
It's 757-273-9251.
And you service both sides of the water?
We do. At times it gets pretty hectic when the traffic gets bad over on the Hampton side, but we definitely make the travel when necessary.
And at least the good thing now, Tom, is gas is getting cheaper too.
Oh, without a doubt, and it actually puts money in the customer's pocket. and then they're able to do a few items that are actually energy saving, and they get a return for their dollar that they spend with us. They end up getting, sometimes on the average, about 23% of their Pepco bill if they do the energy efficient windows.
Yep. Phone number is 273-9251, 273-9251 to reach Tom Rowe. They do all types of home improvement, windows, everything. Everybody needs something to do around their home constantly. It's a never-ending thing.
Without a doubt. And normally when someone's sitting at home with the gloom and doom and the weather being down, of course they get that cabin fever. And then they start looking around the house, and next thing you know, there's a project that pops up or an idea. Oh, I could do this to improve my mood. And, of course, that's when we're here to help and do whatever's necessary. And, again, our number is 757-273-9251.
And you're all over Twitter, too. My goodness.
Well, we are. We have a project that we're trying to get off the ground, and it's actually trying to help Hampton Roads. It's my, let's get with that right one here. It's called Main Street HRVA. Again, Main Street HRVA, and basically, we're trying to get the community going and see what we can do to actually improve Hampton Roads.
Well, for home improvement, you got to call Tom Rowe. Real gentleman, knows the Hampton Roads area better than anybody. Of course, 273-9251, and plug that website again.
It is imwindowman.com.
Very good, Tom.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You go ahead.
Oh, I'm just singing a song here, just trying to get people excited.
Go ahead, sing it. Sing it.
All right. It is imwindowman.com.
Very good. All right. And all the best to Brandon and your family. And what do you think about that arena proposal, Virginia Beach? You grew up in Virginia Beach. What do you think about that possibility? It's rare the mayor was not even there last night, but that's another issue all to begin with. What are people telling you about that arena?
Well, it's really unique because right now people are complaining because of the traffic jams and so forth down at the ocean front. However, once they do this, I think everything around the area here will definitely have a new, I guess you could say, a new walk of life because, like you said, we're getting professional teams here, and that's something we really need. And you don't need to go to D.C. any longer. If you support the Skins and different projects there, so the basketball and so forth that's here, we can actually have our own pro sport of some type here and then probably have a great time.
Very good. All the best to Brandon. I am Window Man, of course, 273-9251. Happy holidays, Tom. We'll talk to you soon.
Have a great day.
You too. All right. Tom Rowe right there from his Window Man company. Of course, everybody needs home improvement done, Ken. We've got Brenda from the Royal Chocolate coming up. What Tees Me Off? This is Sports Scene on the radio every Wednesday, 12 to 1. Online, tunein.com, type in WHKT. The voice of VCU will join us next week. Of course, we heard from Jeff Jones already. For archive shows, go to gjbtv.com. Hit the YouTube link. It is 12:52. Stay tuned.
Good Italian food, daily specials, and a place people enjoy is Spaghetti Eddie's. Indulge in your mouth-watering pizza, pasta, subs, salads, appetizers, and desserts. Open 7 days a week. Log on to SpaghettiEddiesPizzaCafe.com and visit them at Taylor Road and on Eden Way North in Chesapeake for lunch and dinner. Like them on Facebook. Italian food you can count on is at Spaghetti Eddie's.
The restaurant we've all been waiting for is here. Introducing Ipan Mano Kitchen. Critically acclaimed chef Silva Sennett and his culinary team specialize in new American Asian cuisine. The very best in Chinese, Japanese, Thai food with an American flair. Open daily for lunch and dinner, Ipan Mano Kitchen is located inside the Patrick Henry Mall in Newport News. Call 249-0033 and log on to ipanmanokitchen.com. Find them on Twitter at ipanmano.
Now back to Greg Bicaveras and Sports Scene in the Hampton Roads Online Mall.com studio.
But first, let me take a selfie.
And welcome back to Sports Scene right here on the radio. Hope you enjoyed Jeff Jones, Chuck Beeson, Tom Rowe, and welcome a regular, of course, from the Royal Chocolate, Brenda Tusing. But before we get to her, Ken, it's amazing when you go to these places, and everybody now a lot younger than us can handle their camera phone and take selfies, which it seems like it's an art to take a picture of yourself at any time, let alone with a small camera phone.
Yeah.
I mean,
Who would have ever guessed? But you know who's got the record for the very best and probably maybe even the first selfie?
Who's that?
It would be Buzz Aldrin. When he was on Gemini and was hanging out the capsule, he took a picture of him, turned the camera around, big old Hasselblad back in those days, turned the camera around, has a picture of him. You can see him through the face mask with the Earth in the background. So he's credited with having the first and best selfie ever.
He would know from a great view, too. Let's welcome Brenda. Brenda, how are things at the Royal Chocolate today?
Hey, Greg. It's busy, busy, busy.
That's it. Of course, 15 days before Christmas, and of course, and what's in stock right now?
We're pretty well stocked. We have our elves in here night and day, so we are constantly making apples, making the chocolates that we have in the store. We've got so many beautiful gift baskets. We're doing a lot of corporate orders right now. We're still shipping and delivering, so we've got that going on, and it just looks like a winter wonderland in here filled with chocolate.
Yeah, I heard your commercial this morning when I woke up on, one of the stations I represent you during the holidays. It was really, really nice to start the day listening to that commercial. Of course, theroyalchocolate.com. Find them on Facebook as well. Brenda Tusing's phone number there at the Royal Chocolate in Virginia Beach is 557-6925. That's 557-6925. There's really something for everyone there.
There is something for everyone, and Saturdays in December leading up to the holidays are what we call our Silver Saturdays, and every Saturday we have a different special, and this is one that people sort of wait for. It's $1 off of our gourmet apples, and there is no limit on that, so that's a pretty special. We've been doing muffins and mimosas in the morning on Saturdays, too.
Yum.
So that's a fun thing. People are coming in, having a little beverage and a muffin and getting ready for the day and shopping while they're here.
Oh, the all-important question, the weekday hours and weekends.
We are open 10 to 9 Monday through Saturday, and we are open 12 to 5 on Sunday. We will have extended Sunday hours. Forgive me, I'm not sure of the date. I think that last Sunday is... I just don't remember. The Sunday before Christmas, we're open until about 8
That's
o'clock.
the 21st.
21st, thank you. 21st, we're open until 8 p.m. We will close Christmas Eve at 4. We'll close Christmas Day, and then the 2 days after Christmas, we all take a break.
And then, of course, you got Valentine's starting in January, basically.
Valentine's Day is right on our heels, we feel like, yeah.
That's going to be
It's a busy
exciting
time of year.
Yep, of course, go and give us the contact information. How do people get there, and how do they call and website?
Our address is 164 Central Park Avenue. We are very conveniently located in the town center. There's tremendous free parking right in front of our store, huge parking lot right across from us. TheRoyalChocolate.com. You can find us on Facebook as well. We offer specials on Facebook. And 557-6925 if you want to just give us a call.
Go buy a gift.
Online or call us, either one.
Go get that gift for the special someone today at the Royal Chocolate. Brenda, all the best to you and Terry, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks, Greg.
Thank
Merry
you.
Christmas.
You too. Happy holidays. Okay. Ken, let's get to what teased me off.
What tees you off? Presented by GJBTV.com.
Not joking today, folks. It's toxic relationships. Not letting go, Ken.
Yeah, that has happened occasionally, too.
Constant yellers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Screaming constantly. Nothing you can do is right.
I heard somebody in a TV production truck, I'm not going to say where, goodness gracious. People have too much baggage. I'm sorry, sometimes that venom spews to the next person.
Yeah.
Having to restart or reset where you are daily in a relationship. Like, just when you thought things were going well one night, the next day it's like, I don't know what I'm going to feel like the next day.
Oh, geez. Yeah, where it's every day is like a new day. It's like, wait a minute, didn't we go through this already?
People have Facebook secrets.
Oh, that's never good.
And, of course, secrets in general.
Yeah, well, if you're going to be with somebody, you should be able to share it. I mean, share everything.
And Dr. Phil, I mean, it seems like that's important 24/7 because, especially this time of the year, people are walking on eggshells.
Yeah, Dr. Phil.
What? Give us an example of what tees you off, Ken.
Oh, well, toxic relationships, people who are where they shouldn't be. That's always been something that irked me. You should know your place. You should know your what is the old Clint Eastwood thing? A man should know his limitations. Mm-hmm. People should know their limitations, their capabilities and abilities, and do what you're designed for, your first best destiny. Don't try to do things, especially if it affects other people, that you're not intended to do, that you don't have the talent, skills, or the ability to do. Just get out of the way and let the other folks do it and do what you do best. That happens a lot in broadcasting and radio, television, and a lot of other places.
Nobody wants to hear about your problems every day. We got enough of our own. Of course, we want to thank our great guests, Jeff Jones, Chuck Beeson, Tom Rowe, Brenda Tusing. For more, go to gjbtv.com. Hit the YouTube link for this archive show a little bit later today. And for the great guests, I'll be back next Wednesday from 12 to 1 for another edition of Sports Scene. Enjoy the Wednesday. Keep smiling, and we'll talk to you soon.
Overnight, eastbound single lane closures at the downtown tunnel, 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. tonight and tomorrow night. An entire eastbound downtown tunnel closure coming up this weekend, 8 p.m. Friday night through 5 a.m. Monday morning. Mostly sunny, but a few clouds rolling in today with a high of 50 degrees. Mostly clear tonight, low of 32. Sunny tomorrow with a high of 49. Mostly sunny Friday, 51. Partly cloudy Saturday, 47. And sunshine for Sunday with a high of 48 degrees. Remnant Radio is up next on AM 1650 WHKT Portsmouth. It's 1 p.m.